Alright, hey everybody. Let's take a look at the fish room. A lot's changed since the last time you've seen it. If you're following me on Instagram, you may have seen some things changing. But let's go back to the door, and if I can speak, we will start from the door of what you see when you come in and give you a full tour of where it's at and options for what's coming up, and maybe get your all's input of what you think I ought to do. Alright, so just a second, we'll start at the door. Okay, here we are in my basement. Watch your head, the ceiling is 6 foot, and then we have pipes and duct work that you got to duck under. But for those of you that haven't seen it before, I'll show you starting from the beginning. I have this what's called a tarp up right now surrounding the entire fish room, and it is basically an old carport cover that was getting thrown away, and I dug out and cut it to work as a tarp to make walls for my fish room. The white is a shower curtain, just to make a door. So let's go inside. This tarp and shower curtain holds temperature in here fairly decently, and it's a mess, and I apologize. It's a working fish room, so there's tools and tanks and stuff everywhere, and I've been making changes. So over here we have this hexagon tank, and we've got my Montezuma swords in there. I showed them in another video, and I'll probably do a species spotlight on them at some point. But that's them. I got a 56 column in the corner over there. It probably won't stay there. It might. I'm not sure. I'm going to be putting it, at least I think right now, I'll be getting another layer of cinder blocks to put it up on to make it taller. It would fit really good in there, that spot, but that's kind of behind the rest of the racks. Got a 55 on the ground here, not being used. I have some of the cinder blocks here. For that 56, I'm thinking about putting it here on the back. As soon as you come in, got a 56 gallon tank here. Yes, this whole rack here is new. So let's go around to the front side to see it. Again, watch your head as we duck. Got some boxes here in the way. We might do an opening in a minute, unboxing. This is the section over here that was here originally. And up here, like I said, it's a work in progress, and it's always changing. Got the little port acaras or black acaras, what are you going to call them. I've started labeling on the tanks, and I need to add their scientific name. We'll go down here to the bottom tank down here. This is the pink convicts. They currently have free swimming fry. And this is their second batch of fry this month. I'm leaving this batch in here. The last batch I pulled out when they were eggs, and have them on their own over there. This tank up top is getting a lot of glare from me, but it is just a holding tank of my convict grow outs and the extra pink convict that didn't fit in with the breeding pair down there. Alright, let's take a look in this tank down here. Lighting is not doing so well. In this tank I have one giant Danio that I couldn't catch when I was catching his buddies. Over here is the male crib, and the female crib is in her little cave. This is the female crib that was the very first fish in this fish room. If you go back probably about a year ago on my videos, it's titled The First Fish in the Fish Room. This is the female. She's the mother of all of them, including her current mate. And she has been in that cave for at least the past 2 days. So I haven't been able to see in there very well, but I do believe that she, with her actions, she probably has eggs in there. Hopefully. She hasn't bred for me in a while. This is my black convicts. And I don't know if you can make out or not. They've got fry in the back there also. This is also their second spawn this month. The first spawn I did pull the fry. We'll get to those in a minute. Up top here are my Honduran red points. They spawned last month, and all the fry were eaten. So I will let them try again, and on the next try I'll probably pull the fry or the eggs, whichever point I can get to them first, and try to raise up the first batch myself. Speaking of fry, in this 10-gallon tank over here are the first batches of the pink and black convict fry that I took this month. And you probably can't see them. They're in there, and they're in there with if I can get it to focus. That's what happens when you got dirty glass. It focuses on the dirty glass and the glare. But anyways, they're in there with some black neocaridina shrimp. Next tank over. You catch him doing his thing, his little dance. These are Scyphia multipunctata. They're a goodied on the CARES list. They're quite fascinating. They've been in breeding behavior for the past few weeks. So I'm excited to maybe get some fry to them. He's got them in there with some guppy grass. Next tank over, I got a tank of guppy grass. This is what's left of my guppy project, and I don't know if you can tell. They started breeding fine. All of my problems with keeping guppies disappeared for some reason. Don't know what happened there, but yeah, they're breeding, doing okay, and they're breeding like guppies. Also in here I've got ram's horn snails, a ton of guppy grass, a little bit of duckweed, and somewhere in there I've got 2 albino bristlenose and 2 black or brown, whatever you want to call it, bristlenose, along with, I forgot about these guys being in there, but my red cherry shrimp. Next tank over is just some little juvenile platies, different colors. Just kind of holding them for right now. I just set these tanks up down here this week. I think I might have a couple of ram's horn snails in here just to have a little bit of a bottle load in it. This one, I know we won't be able to see them, but there are crib fry in there from my cribs that I have upstairs. They decided that they would breed, so I pulled their fry since they as well have been eating their fry, and I put them in there. And I just spotted them. They're all along the back wall back there, and you can probably just make them as little specks, but they're back there. Next tank over, we got 4 Epistogramma cockatoides orange flash. Got them a little more back that's quite a bit smaller. Letting them grow up, hopefully pair off, and try to get some babies out of them. In the next tank over, I just threw a little guppy fry just to have a little bottle load in it. Let's go up top. Got this 20 high here. We've got some rosy barbs in there, and a couple white clouds. White clouds being another Keras fish. I'm going to expand my collie on those and look at breeding those. Let's go ahead and look down at the bottom. I've got a 55 gallon down here, just with the goldfish out of the pond in it, just to give them a place to be. I'm going back up top. A 20 high with hornwort, and this is where I keep my Amica splendens. Another goodied. And there goes the male doing his little dance. Another goodied on the Keras list. Again, I'll probably do a species spotlight on these. I want to get back to doing species spotlights. Over here, another 55. Had to reseal it because I busted a seam out on it. I might tell you that story. This tank up here is a 38, and it's where I have one goldfish in there that I was just having it to hold a bio load in that tank, and then I dropped the giant Danios in there. But my battery's fixing to go dead, so I need to wrap this up. Let me know what you think about the Fishroom, about what I got, what you would do to change it up, how you would put things, and where you'd move things and all that. I'm thinking I might put another rack on the back side of this one, so attach it back there and put the 55 on it. I got a 29 upstairs that needs to come down here, put that on it. I've got some more 20s, 20 long coming, and I may end up having to expand the Fishroom. I don't know. I'm wanting to look to get some more white clouds. That's not a white cloud that I just pointed at, but get some more white clouds and have them dedicate a tank to them as a Keras fish. And